Hi guys, so before I start today's video, I just wanted to say a very big thank you to everyone who watched my previous videos, shared, liked and commented, and to everyone who subscribed. I'm incredibly grateful to you because regardless of how it's easy to say, oh, I'm doing this because I want to, the fact that there are people who like my content really makes a lot of difference. So straight up to today's video, I will be talking about three concepts. I'll be talking about the concept of serenity, courage, and wisdom. And there is an incredible quote that brings all of these three things together. And I believe some of us have heard this quote before. It is a prayer I heard in a movie. I do not remember the movie I heard this from, but the quote is, God grants me the serenity to accept the things I can't change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This is such an incredible quote that summarizes most of the journeys we are going to go through in life. There are so many things we can't change. Yes, it's good to have a positive outlook and believe you can do anything, and there is a lot of things that come with positivity and wanting to see the best of every situation. But realistically, there are just some things that are beyond us. There are things we cannot affect immediately. God grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change. This is so powerful because so many times we waste our energy, we waste our time trying to change the very things we know and are aware that at that particular point in time, there is hardly anything we can do to change these things. And sometimes these things drain us and we regret and weep and hurt and wallow in the pain. And we keep praying to God. I want this thing to change. I want this thing to change. Yes, it's good to always put God first in everything you do. And it's good to always believe that regardless of the obstacles in front of you, there is always a solution. But would you rather spend time worrying about the things you cannot change than doing something about something you can't change? That is where the second part of this quote comes. The courage to change the things that we can. It's incredible how we focus on the things that we cannot change at the expense of the things we can really change. There are times in my life that I have been a coward. There are times when I know what to do to remove myself from a crazy situation, but I just didn't have the courage to. And I feigned ignorance. I feigned helplessness. I feigned, oh God, there is nothing I can do about this situation and please help me. When deeply inside of me, I know what I am supposed to be doing to change the situation. And then comes the last part of this quote. The wisdom to know the difference. Sometimes we believe we can change something, but we can't. And sometimes we believe we cannot do anything about the situation and every single thing we need to do to be there is already placed in front of us. How does wisdom play its role in us making these decisions? How do we even ask God for wisdom? And how do we know when God has given us the wisdom to do things? How are we sure of the decisions we've accepted to make? God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we can't change, the courage to accept the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It might seem like it's just a simple quote, but honestly, the very first time I heard this quote, I was taken aback. I was surprised at how these three, I would say, branches of sentences gives us the answers. How these things sum up why it's difficult for us to make the decisions that are important to us. I would say, to summarize everything I've said earlier, when we are faced with a dilemma, when we are in situations where we don't even know the way forward, it's good to ask this question: can I change this thing? If I can, you pray to God for courage. If you can't, you ask God for the serenity to accept that this is beyond me and there's nothing I can do about the situation. And then finally, ask God for the wisdom to see the differences between the things that we can change and the things that we can't change. This will be the end of my video today. Please subscribe below and turn on post notifications. Like my video, share, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.